Carlos Martinez.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Wait, I have an applause thing around here. There it goes. Thank you.
Well, I'm really slow on this uptake a little bit. I just realized that's like the Gary Keller walk on stage music all the time. That's really cool. I just realized that. Anyway, how is everybody today? Thursday, June 11th. I totally didn't remember what day it was today. It was just one of those pandemic brain moments. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we have an exciting show for you today, don't we, Carlos?
We do, with a lot of.
So let's start with a fun Ellen video. Cue that up, please.
Rhonda Morrison from Richmond, Texas. This is a photo of my husband, Brad. It was taken before we were married. Rhonda, I'm guessing you didn't see that photo until after you were married. Wow. I love my cat, but you know. Sarah Medlin from Spring, Texas. My mom got me a doll for my birthday and a new outfit, and then she had this picture taken at Walmart. Did you send me this photo because you wanted to or because the doll told you to? Tammy Parks from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Soddy Daisy. This is my daughter's kindergarten photo from last year. I was a little shocked when I opened the portrait package and saw the photo. Wow. She's shocked as well. I wonder what she's looking at. Oh, a doll. Deborah Kerwin from Falls Church, Virginia. These are my sister's two best friends from college in 1986. They were going to a discotheque. That takes me back to 1986. Tony, remember? Remember us?
Oh, yes! Those were the days. I remember that.
So great.
Those are the days.
Thanks for sending the photos in.
Thank you, Ellen.
Yes. I don't know about all you parents out there. Have you had some of those moments when you finally see your kids' school pictures and you're like, oh, that's the one the photographer took? Really? Okay, then. So we are thrilled today to have our spotlight agent. We have Faye Wilson with us today. Faye, you want to unmute yourself, please, my dear?
Okay,
Welcome,
unmuted.
Faye.
Good morning.
So Faye is an agent here in the Stanford Market Center, and Faye has had a rocking few months in her real estate career. And I'll let Faye go on about what's been going on in her world. But I want to start off just by saying that and Faye and I chatted about this. And some of you, I don't think know this, but Faye did have the virus. She did test positive for COVID, and she went through a real rough spell with her health. While homeschooling her two children and being that mom that you need to be every day, as well as running her real estate business. So without further ado, Faye, let's talk. So tell me about what's your world in the last few months. You've been a busy lady.
Yes, I'm actually always a busy lady. And I think that, first of all, thank you so much for giving me a moment to collect myself there. You're making me tear up, but always really busy. And I think
Sure.
the one thing that really helped was that everyone had to really focus on only what was truly, truly important during this time. So that meaning that those buyers and sellers that were already under contract, we kind of had to put forward, power through, because we couldn't show anymore, we couldn't go look anymore.
Right.
So, those actually, a couple of those closings that I had, they were already in process prior to my getting sick and us having to stay home. Also, again, life got more streamlined. You know, I mean, again, there was no running to the grocery store. There was no running the kids to 3 activities a week. There was none of that, you know, so it actually was a little more beneficial. So I could just focus on work and the kids and their school, and then obviously myself when I wasn't half asleep during the day. So that really, I think, helped a tremendous amount. There are no tire kickers anymore. The buyers, I had one set of buyers contact me while I was sick, and I told them, this is the first thing I told them. I said, look, I have the virus right now. It's a vacant home. I can open the door for you and walk away, go sit back in my car. You can go look. And they said, well, we'd rather not. And so I had another agent. I called George Gardone. He was super gracious about it. He was willing to go for me. Ultimately, they decided not to even look at that home, but you know, fast forward, and I'm under contract with those buyers today still. And what they told me was that I simply because I returned their calls and I took them seriously. They are 23 years old. And so they found that there were other realtors who weren't taking them seriously. And I know I went through that experience myself when I was 26 and buying my first condo here in Stamford. And I had an agent that, if I had known that you could discontinue your contract with your agent, I would have done so. And he did not take me seriously. He was really condescending, and I vowed never ever to let any buyer or seller or any client of mine feel that way. And so we are under contract with their house. I took them to see one home, and again, no tire kickers. They fell in love with the first house they saw, and we had to go around the bush with that house. We've since had to see other homes. But in the process of doing that, we went to see another home that we thought we were going to make an offer on. I happened to crash the party of the sellers. The sellers were flippers, and it was the first day on market. They happened to be home during the time we were supposed to be showing. They didn't get the showing request, but the agent said we could go. And so they were having a little toast to themselves. And well, it turns out that they have a son, you know, and a girlfriend in Stamford who are also looking for a home. So I'm currently working with them as buyers as well. So
that's a great story. So the sellers of the listing you were showing liked you because they saw the way you were working.
They witnessed the way I was with this young couple. I mean, we were there in the house for an hour. And so, you know, I told them, sure, go ahead, stay, sell the house yourself. Go ahead, tell us everything you did, you know, to flip this home. And they were, again, very, very gracious. But they said, you know, they called me the next day and said, we love the way you were tending to this young couple and basically holding their hands. And we'd love you to do the same for our son and his girlfriend.
That's fantastic, Faye. That speaks to who you are and how you're treating your clients. That's great.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So it's really just been, I think we talk a lot about this in some of the books that we read. You know, I just finished Wealth Can't Wait. And that's been another thing, another blessing, is being able to attend all of these trainings via Zoom. I never could get into yeah, you're right, Donna, you never know who's watching. I never could get into the office because I have to pick the kids up from school. They go to school in Greenwich, 2:30. I mean, it's just the timing never ever worked out. And so now I'm able to attend some of these trainings. And finally, for the first time, able to participate in Financial Peace, which is great. Right. You know, just again, the streamlined lifestyle now, it actually fits what I need. So it's all kind of come together really well. And I actually, in there, one other thing that did help, I know in this case, was the fact that I actually did make the investment a year and a half ago in getting my license in New York. And so this same young client that I was working with, I was able to, kind of casually mentioned, oh, hey, I'm licensed in New York as well. And they said, oh, good, we have to sell our co-op in New York. Perfect. So we are under contract with that as well. And then also another client that I met in January, I want to say January. So that was one of my pandemic closings. We finally found a house in February, right before everything went awry. But, I first started working with them here in Stamford. They said, we kind of like to start looking in New York too. Do you know anyone over there? Me.
Yeah, totally.
Sold them a house in Bedford. And we closed, sometime mid-May. It was mid-May that we closed. So it was the first walkthrough I was unable to attend. And, I couldn't go and leave a nice gift in the house for them. But, you know, I have a lot of rain checks for housewarmings, you know.
Oh yeah,
like
that can
COVID
wait. Yeah,
housewarmings.
sure. Yeah. That's another touch you could do in the future, short term.
Absolutely, right. And so it's built in. It's built in. I owe you a visit. I owe you a housewarming gift. So.
Right. So I know you had a bunch of closings in May, and I think you've got a bunch of pendings right now.
One closed yesterday, finally. One closed yesterday. That was an open house I did the day before the stay-at-home orders were issued. And so, you know, that one finally closed yesterday, and I have 2 pending, and then the one in New York is also under contract, and we're just waiting for contracts at this point.
That's great. That's great. Well, you truly are an impressive agent, Faye, and you've juggled a lot in the last few months, and we're just so happy you're with us today and healthy.
So am I. Thank you so much. And I really do want to truly say thank you to you and the team, to you, Rick, Adonis, Robert, and also my fellow agents who have always been, thank you so much, Jody. Wow. Who've been so willing to jump in and help. The way you guys responded when you found out that I was sick was truly heartwarming. And so I think part of it is knowing where you're supposed to be. Also, in terms of finding a supportive environment, I think the Wealth Can't Wait book talks about that as well. Making sure you're in a supportive environment, and an environment that, you know, will support you when you're down, and, you know, kind of will support you when you actually need the extra little bit of of help, and I certainly needed it during this time. But also my clients were really great. Honestly, I've had amazing clients, and I've had now 2 of those deals have been, you know, same client buying and selling. And so, you know, that has also been helpful. And I'm now to the point of when I first took Ignite with Rick, he said it will take 1 year. It actually took a little longer, but now the phone rings. Instead of me having to make outgoing calls all of the time, now the calls are incoming. So
that's wonderful. Well, we're very proud of you, Faye, and we're hugging you. I'm hugging you.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Thank you.
But thank you for taking the time today to talk to everybody. Does anybody have any questions for Faye or want to say anything? Feel free. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of text. Read all the chat. Hey,
I am. I'm getting them all. I'm having to swipe up on my screen. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you. Thank you all so much.
Well, we appreciate you. Thanks so much. So Adonis, are we ready for Marty? What does Marty have today? Wait.
Actually, hold on. I want to make a little plug for myself. I'm sure you guys have seen this on the Facebook, but if you haven't, we're doing a career night. We had one yesterday, and now we're having one next Wednesday at 6 p.m. This says 7, but I'm going to change that in a little bit, in Spanish. So if you guys know someone who predominantly speaks Spanish and would love to jump in this real estate business, go ahead and give them my number. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, right. Let's send this out to everybody, Carlos, so they can send it out to their folks. Thanks for doing that. And yeah, we did have a career night last night, and I will say that it was the best attended career night ever. We'll never not do a career night on Zoom again. I mean, it's the place to do it. Attendance was really, really great. I'm sure Carlos will have great attendance next week, so thanks. Mr. Adonis.
Yes, sir. Good job, everybody. We got so many great things going on here. What an organization, man. So Marty's gonna take us through the KW Command referrals map. It's really cool. You get to decide who you give them referrals to. You can search in multiple ways. If you haven't played with this before, definitely stay tuned.
Good evening, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 3.0. Today is day 53. So we are continuing our series on referrals. And today we're actually going to look at the map and the functions of the referral map. So referrals is the 5th submenu down, kind of looks like the map icon with the person inside of it. We're going to click on that. And then you'll see 4 tabs along the top. We're actually going to dive into the map tab. We looked at the other 3 tabs in our previous video. So today we're going to look at the map. And you can see when we first dive in, it's based upon kind of where we are right now. So it's checking the GPS location of your computer and should zoom you in pretty close to where you are currently located. You'll see a large message there that says to zoom in, either scroll or use your plus minus buttons down here at the bottom left. If you know the location of your referral, then you can actually start searching the map right here. Okay, so I'm going to start zooming in to show you some of the functions that are available within this referral map. So right now, nothing's showing up. Don't worry, you're going to have to zoom in a little bit closer for results to start to happen. And you can see when you start getting that spinning wheel, things start to happen. So each one of these little map icons with numbers in them represent closed transactions within that kind of map quadrant, if you will. So you can see, just looking at this broad map view, that's a whole lot of closings for most likely a whole lot of agents. And so on the right-hand side, it's even going to say, well, we found too many agents to display. Please zoom in. So I'm going to continue to zoom in. And as we get further in, you can see even that the numbers continue to climb, right? Because that's more transactions that they actually have closed. So now, as I zoom in a little bit further, this is actually kind of the area I live in, you're going to start to see agents show up on the right-hand side. You'll see some green dots, and then you'll actually see map icons with numbers in them as well. And if I zoom in even further, we're going to get real granular here. You'll get to the point where your map is just all green dots. Okay, so each one of these green dots represents a closing within that area. I'm just going to try and pull up the area. Let's pull up, there we are. So you can then see, right, these all represent closings on this map. And on the right-hand side, these are all agents that have closed transactions within this area. So from here, I have a couple of choices. Right now, my list on the right-hand side is sorted randomly. I can click on this down arrow and choose some other opportunities to sort by. So I can sort by agent's first name or last name, A to Z, Z to A. Or I can sort by closed units, listings sold, buy sides, or leases as well. If there is a particular closing that you're looking at and you want to say, well, I want to know who owns this green dot or the closing in this specific area, I can click on that and you'll see it's going to give me the name of the agent and their team if they're on a team. And then I can actually click on more information, and on the right-hand side, it's going to show more information about this agent. So if you are looking for a referral partner in a specific neighborhood or specific area, this is a great way to see who has actually closed transactions in the area. Now, I also have the ability to change from production. I can actually start looking for just market centers. I want any agent, or I want to, be able to sort through all of the agents in a particular market center. So if I zoom out, you'll start to see market centers show up on the map. And so you can see here the two that are in Katy. You've got Market Center here. This is the Premier Market Center. And then this one you have the Signature Market Center. And it will list all of the agents that are in that particular market center. Again, sorted randomly right now, but then you could go through and sort the agents in each one by all of these different criteria as well. In addition, if you click on this filter button, these bars indicate filters. You have some additional opportunities where you can say what specialization within Keller Williams do I want this agent to have? And are there any particular guidelines with regards to the number of closed units, listings sold, buy sides, leases, or have they attended specific events? Now, I'm not sure why only MegaCamp 2018 is showing up here. I think they may have stopped tracking those events for referral purposes, excuse me, after MegaCamp 2018, and yet you can still definitely filter your list by any of the following criteria as well. Finally, your last option, you can actually choose My Network. So if I was looking for a referral partner in Katy, but somebody maybe I'd already previously connected with, I could search My Network, and you'll see once the spinning circle is done, it's going to pull up all of the agents. So I have 8 referral partners at this market center. I have 2 referral partners in this market center. I can scroll out, and then you can start to see all of the other market centers that are in the Houston, at least the west side of Houston area. And I've got 8 here, 8 down in Sugar Land, 3, 3, 8. This is my old market center, so obviously I have 91. When I was teaching Command, obviously I was really big about referral partners. So it's a great way for you to start tracking who you want to send your referrals to. Now, you may get down to the point where you're like, hey, this is probably the best place to send it to. I want to send it to one of my referral partners in that market center. And yet, I don't know, I don't want to pick. So you could do what is called a broadcast referral. You can see here are the 10 agents at that market center that I am partners with. and I could see, all right, I want to send a broadcast referral to all 10. You have the opportunity to send that referral anonymously, or you can actually put your name on it. So you decide there. Then you're going to tell all 10 of those agents, what kind of referral is this? What is the referral fee amount? What is your acceptance deadline? And then what's the price point? And then you can actually send a note to them. You might even say, hey, this is a broadcast referral. I'm looking for a strong agent. Please send me a note back as to why you think you would be the best agent for me to work with, and send you my clients so that you can work with them, etc. And then from here, you would actually start inputting the client's information. Now you can see this will be kept completely confidential until you have decided to award the referral to a particular agent. So you can either create a new contact if this referral agent's not in your database, or you can actually select them from your database here, and then all the rest of that information will be filled in. You would put in a transaction timeline, and then you would send a broadcast. If for any reason you receive a referral request and it says from anonymous, don't think that that's spam. That's actually a broadcast referral that has been sent to you. And please understand that that's probably been sent to several other people. So you definitely want to typically accept that referral and then put in the notes. I'll tell you, when I get back broadcast referrals, I typically lean towards an agent that has explained why they would be a good fit, right? If you just accept it and don't put anything into the notes, I'll be honest with you, I think it's kind of lazy, and I don't necessarily want a lazy agent. So fill out that referral notes section when you get it, speaking to the agent that's referring why you would be a good fit for their clients. So that's the broadcast referral process. Obviously, we've talked about what it looks like to create a new referral, and now you have a better idea of what's happening with the map. Again, you could come in here and search. We're doing family reunion in Dallas. Maybe I want to create some referral partners there. And I can start seeing, well, I've already got 12, 32 if I zone out. Let's just see, maybe I want to see who's doing what in the Dallas area so that I can find some referral partners. As I start to zoom in, it's going to show me all of the agents. That's 917 of them working in the Dallas area. And I could start coming through here, and this is a referral request. So basically, I'm about to send one to Stu Manning. It says, would you like to send an invitation for Stu to join your referral network? And I could either write a message if I wanted to, or just send the invitation. So Stu, if you're watching this video, I hope you accept that. And then you have the ability to come along and start making referral requests to all of the agents in this area, should you choose to. You could sort by closed units or listing sold, buyer sold, depending on who you're looking to make referral partners with. So that's just one example of what you could do. You obviously could do this for all of the major cities in your area that referrals are coming from, to start building out a very strong referral network for your future. That's it for today, guys. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Sunday. Don't forget, tomorrow is a holiday. If your kids have that holiday, don't take them to school.
Awesome. So the next time, Marty Miller is going to give us the introduction to reports in the sub-menu of command. But today, don't forget, the greatest sales rally of all time starts today. Get there early. You want to get good seats. You got to get great virtual seats. That's a real thing. So you got to get there by 12:50. The room will be open probably by 12:45. All kinds of awesome speakers, giveaways. You got to be in it to win it. So come, tell a friend. It's going to be awesome. That's all I got. See you next time.